Today we are going to talk about Cisco Packet Tracer as we continue on our networking practical series. Today nitakuwa nawaambia what Packet Tracer is, what is some of the things that we can do with Cisco Packet Tracer, why it's so important, and finally we are going to do a small demo to show you how to create a network inside of Cisco Packet Tracer. Now, before tuanze kutumia Cisco Packet Tracer, tutakuja kwa hii website where we download the Cisco Packet Tracer. Hii website inaitwa netacad.com. So hapa ukikuja utaenda kwa explore and then kuja hapa chini, go to Cisco Packet Tracer, click pale, and then we are going to click on getting started with Cisco Packet Tracer. Before you download Cisco Packet Tracer, lazima uwe logged in. Tutakuja hapa kwa login, click pale, and then you can choose to log in with your email, ama you can just log in with your Gmail account. So utakuja hapa kwa Google, sign with Google, and then utachoose account yako. I'm going to choose mine, and just like that now we are logged in. And then after ume login hapa, mimi unaona imeandikwa resume course, but wewe itakuwa inakwambia start the course. So utaklik pale to start the course, mimi nita resume tu hapa, and then tutakuja hapa kwa module 1 download and use Cisco Packet Tracer. Utaklik hapa kwa download, and then on this side utaklik hapa mahali imeandikwa to obtain and install your copy of Cisco Packet Tracer. We have to follow the instructions from this link here. Just click there, and then it will take you to this site netacad.com/resources lab downloads, and then tuta drop hapa chini, and then utakuwa na choose the Cisco Packet Tracer that is relevant to your operating system. If you're using Mac OS, kama unatumia Ubuntu ama unatumia Windows. So mimi natumia Windows, nitaklik hapo. So the latest version is Packet Tracer 9.0. Click pale kwa Windows 64-bit, and then you'll have your download there. So utai click download. So mimi tayari nisha download Cisco Packet Tracer. Nikikuja hapa kwa search Packet Tracer, I can see that Cisco Packet Tracer is already installed. Na ndio iko hapa, nimeweka hata shortcut. I will just click on it. So wakati usha download, just go ahead and install it and then open it. So the first time utakuwa unafungua Cisco Packet Tracer, lazima ulogin tena, okay? So it's very very simple. Utakuwa unatumia tu ile account umetumia. Kama ulikuwa umetumia email hapo wakati ulikuwa na login kwa Netacad, ama ulitumia your Gmail account, you're going to use the same email to login to Cisco Packet Tracer. So the first time unafungua Cisco Packet Tracer itakuwa naka something like this. On the top hapa we have a menu, file, edit. So in case you want to open a new file, you want to save the current work, you want to edit, you want to copy paste, you want to look at the options, preferences, kitu kama dark mode, hiyo zote, zoom pale kama unataka ku change between simulation and real-time mode, kila kitu kwa view, tools. So this is just a simple menu to help you with everything that utakuwa unafanya pale kwa Cisco Packet Tracer. Tukikuja hapa chini tuko na ka toolbar, na hii toolbar iko na almost everything that you need to use. So for example, kama unataka ku zoom in into your workstation hapa, ama you want to zoom out, ama you want to reset, ukitaka ku save, ukitaka ku open a new file, kila kitu ko pale. If you want to change the view, kama unataka ku select ama you want to search, inspect, you can see the icon ina change pale. Ukitaka ku delete zile vitu utakuwa umeseti hapa, vitu kama router, switches, vitu kama hub, kila kitu unaweza delete using that. So basically these are just some of the tools zenye utakuwa unatumia to work with the Cisco Packet Tracer. Now this is your main working station. Hapa ndo utakuwa una create your networks. Hapa ndo utakuwa unacheza na kila kitu inside Cisco Packet Tracer. For example, wakati unataka ku create a network, wakati unataka ku place a router nini, kila kitu utakuwa unafanya within this the main workspace. This is the main workspace of the Cisco Packet Tracer. Hapa ndo utakuwa tunafanya everything. We can also change between logical and physical view. So by default Cisco Packet Tracer itakuwa inaonyesha logical. Physical ni wakati labda tunataka kuangalia the physical layout of the devices, for example a switch ama a router. This is also very very important wakati tutakuwa tuna deal na devices. So the whole idea of Cisco Packet Tracer is that Cisco Packet Tracer itakuwa inatusaidia wakati tutakuwa tuna create for example networks, wakati tutakuwa tuna investigate how networks work. For example, vile data itakuwa ina move from the router to the switch to the computer and all that. So instead of kwenda kubuy vitu kama router, kubuy vitu kama switches, hizi vitu ni expensive sana, vitu kama server, there's no need for that. Cisco Packet Tracer itakuwa inakusaidia ku create virtual devices zenye unaweza tumia ku practice your networking skills. So there's no need for you to go and and use large amounts of money just to buy networking devices. So Cisco Packet Tracer iko pale kukusaidia wakati unafanya networking, cyber security and all that. Then tukikuja hapa chini tunaona real time and simulation modes. These are the two type of modes utapata pale kwa Packet Tracer. By default itakuwa in real time. Real time itakuwa inatuonyesha tu pop up vile vitu zinaenda throughout. Vile itatoka kwa router itaenda kwa switch nini non-stop, okay? But simulation mode is where we want to inspect the packets one by one, vile itakuwa ina move from one device to another. Basically utakuwa una stop the flow of data packets and then utakuwa ina investigate one by one vile itakuwa ina move. This is also very very important wakati tutakuwa tuna deal na data packets, and I think that should also be a lesson for another day. We'll cover it in the next networking series. Now tukidrop hapa chini, we can find everything that we can work with inside Cisco Packet Tracer. For example, if you go to network devices, ukienda hapo chini we have routers, switches, we have hubs, wireless devices, security devices, we have one emulation. So tukikuja ukiklik kwa routers utaziona hapa the different type of routers that you can put ama you can use in Cisco Packet Tracer. Ukikuja kwa switches pia ndo zile. Ukikuja kwa hubs the same thing, and then ukikuja hapa top layer, ukikuja kwa end devices, hizi ni zile vitu zote zile devices kama laptops, PC, vitu kama server, vitu kama network server, vitu kama phone for example, network controllers, printers and all that ziko under end devices. So tukikuja hapa kwa end devices tunaweza ona vitu kama PC, laptop, server, media server, etc. Anything that you can imagine in computer networking, you can find it in Cisco Packet Tracer. So as you can see, Cisco Packet Tracer is a very very handy program for anyone in cybersecurity and networking. Okay, now let's do a simple practical to show you how things work in Cisco Packet Tracer. I'm going to make it as simple as possible. Now the first thing that we are going to do, vile tu nimesema, this is our main workstation na hapa ndo tutakuwa tunafanya kila kitu, okay? So a simple network consists of maybe a switch and some 2 or 3 computers. So tukikuja hapa chini kwa end devices, tunaweza kuja tuchukue zile end devices zetu. So tutachukua a PC, personal computer. We can also put another PC here and then put another PC here, and then tutakuja hapa kwa network devices, because in a local network environment tutakuwa tunatumia a switch to connect the devices. So tutakuja hapa kwa switches and then we are just going to pick one switch tutaweka hapa, and then the next thing that we are going to do after tumeweka zile devices zetu, of course lazima tuziconnect pamoja ndo ziweze kucommunicate. And since these are personal computers, most probably tutakuwa tunatumia nini? Cables. But if it was something like a smartphone or a laptop, tutakuwa tunatumia wireless. So tutakuja hapa kwa connections, as you can see, ama control alt O. Kwa click pale, you can see some of the cables that you can use in networking. Don't worry, if you are unsure ama you are not sure of which cable to pick, utakuja tu uchukue the automatic, the first one. Okay, so mimi nataka kutumia hii cable ya hapa, just click and then tutakuja pale kwa switch, click pale and then tutachukua first Ethernet and then twende kwa the PC0, click and then tutaiconnect kwa first Ethernet 0. Tutakuja again, chukua cable, twende kwa switch, click and then click on the first Ethernet port on the switch, and then tutaconnect to the first Ethernet 0 port on PC1 and then click pale. Tutakuja tuchukue the last cable for the last computer, click pale, first Ethernet 0 3 and then kuja pale and then kwa first Ethernet 0, and just like that you have a simple network. So we can still continue configuring the network. We can add more devices, laptops, PC, routers, firewalls, almost anything. So tukuje hapa tuweke hivi. So you can move around the devices however you want. Okay. So ukitaka kudelete any device that you don't want, unaweza kuja tu highlight that device and then unafinya tu keyboard, delete on the keyboard, ama utakuja ufinye delete pale and utaulizwa if you want to delete PC2 or no. Kama unataka kudelete, you'll go ahead ama just cancel. So now we can see these green arrows that indicate that we have network activity. So in short, inamaanisha kwamba the switch can talk to the devices and these devices can also talk to the switch. If you want to configure these devices, you can just click on any device, for example PC0, and then we have some bunch of options na inakuonyesha pia the device here. This is the device in physical layout. You can see the device vile inakaa. You can also switch it off if you want to, and you can see the arrows turn to red to indicate that now there's no connection between PC0 and the switch. Let's switch it on, and now we can see that connection has been established. For example, click pale, you can configure your DHCP server or static. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give IP addresses to these computers. Nitapatia PC1, PC0 this information, tutaipatia IP address ya 192.168.1 and then let's do 2 and then subnet mask itajiweka tu yenyewe. Default gateway, this is the IP address of our router 192.168.1.1. Tujaweka router but tutaiconfigure tu. DNS server pia itapatikana tu kwa router, tutaika tu the same thing and then tutaconfirm kila kitu iko sawa and then tutatoka pale, tutaenda kwa PC1 again, tuende kwa desktop IP configuration, tutaipatia 192.168.1.3. subnet mask ndio hiyo. Default gateway tutaika the same 192.168.1.1. DNS server pia tutaika the same and then tutatoka pale and then tutaenda kwa the last device, tuende kwa desktop IP configuration, tutaika 192.168.1.4. subnet mask ndio hiyo. Default gateway itakuwa ni the same thing, 168.1.1. same thing for DNS server 192.168.1.1 and then tutatoka hapo. Now just to confirm to you that these devices can communicate with each other, remember tumepatia PC0 192.168.1.2, hii tumeipatia 192.168.1.3, hii tumeipatia 192.168.1.4. okay, so I'm going to confirm if PC0 can talk to PC1 and PC1 can talk to PC2. okay, so there's a simple way to do this. Tutaping this PC1 from PC0. And how do we do that? Tutakuja to click pale kwa PC0 and then tutaenda kwa command prompt hapa and then we are going to ping the IP address for PC1 to see if we can communicate with it. So tutadu ping and then 192.168.1.3 and then hit enter. And as you can see, we are getting replies. These are the replies coming from PC1. So PC0 can indeed communicate with the PC1. Now let's do the same thing for PC1. Tuone kama ita communicate na PC2. Tutakuja kwa PC1, click, tuende kwa command prompt and then we are going to do ping 192.168.1. PC2 ilikuwa na IP address ya 192.168.1.3, si ndio? 3 or 4? It was 4. And then hit enter. And as you can see, we are getting replies. So this is a simple test to show you that the devices can indeed communicate over a network because tusha configure everything. So now nataka nikuoneshe vile simulation mode itakuwa inakaa. So right now tuko in real time. Real time vitu zitakuwa zinaenda so fast, hautaweza kunotice like anything happening. But kama unataka kuona vile vitu zitakuwa zinaenda step by step, tutaenda kwa simulation and then tuta-click hapa play and then what you can see already some few things going on. So let's do the ping again. Let's ping PC2 from PC1. Piga enter. And vile tu tumepiga enter, you can see that a data packet has been prepared hapa. Ndio hiyo. Aka packet kataenda kwa the switch. And then ikitoka kwa switch, inafaa kwenda kwa PC2. Like that. That is real time versus simulation. And you can see ile PC2 pia ita reply back. Itaenda kwa switch. And then hiyo packet itakuja hapa. And you can see that was the reply at that moment. And then the same thing, itakuwa inaendelea tu ku reply and then ita time out of course. So simulation mode itakuwa inakuonyesha step by step vile vitu zitakuwa zinaenda, vile hizo packets zitakuwa zina move from one like that, vile zitakuwa zina move from one device to another. Now let's get out of there. So you can do a lot of things. For example, we can also create a separate network. Let's say for example tukuje hapa kwa end devices, tukuje kwa PC to create another network. We can do this and then another one, and then tutakuja bado kwa network devices, tuende kwa switches, chukua hiyo switch eka pale, and then tutakuja kwa connections and then click on the cable here, click, and then the same thing we did with the first network, and then kuja again, click, and then tupeleke pale kwa PC4, and then do the last thing for like that. Okay, so I think God, I want to delete and then nataka ni weke hii cable vizuri. Okay, so now we have two networks. In computer networking, these are two LANs. Hii ni LAN 1, hii ni LAN 2. Easy devices, PC0, PC1 and PC2, they can communicate within their network. PC3, PC4 and PC5 zitakuwa zina communicate within their own network. So PC3 haina uwezo wa kuconnect to PC2 like that. Okay, so hii tutakuja tuklik hapa, tuende kwa desktop, tuende kwa IP configuration. Hii sasa it's a different network, 168 let's say .2.2, and then IP the default gateway 168.2.1, hivyo. So basically we are repeating the same steps that we did with the first network, and then tutatoka pale. So hiyo ni 2 no okay, iko sawa. We are going to go to PC4, do the same thing, tuende kwa IP configuration, tuneka static because there's no DHCP server currently. 192.168.2.3. okay, default gateway yetu ni 192.168.2.1. same thing with the DNS server 192.168.2.1. Get out of there, tuende to this one, same thing, 192.168.2.4, and then our default gateway 192.168.2.1. same thing with our DNS server 192.168.2.1, and then get out of there. Now let's confirm if PC3 can talk to PC4. So tutakuja kwa PC3, click hapo, tuende kwa command prompt. Okay, so let me just minimize this thing a little, and then now we can do ping 192.168.2.3, sindio, and then hit enter, and just like that now we can see activities. So we are getting some replies from this computer PC4 with the IP address 192.168.2.3. okay, so we can also confirm PC4 can talk to PC3, click pale, and then tutaenda kwa command prompt. Okay, and then we are going to do ping 192.168.2.2, that is the IP address for PC3, and then hit enter, and as you can see we are getting replies. That means PC4 can indeed talk to PC3, and this is how we confirm using the ping command. So ping command most of the time itakuwa inatumika to check if devices are online ama they're alive on the network. So if we wanted to connect these two networks together, we can use something like a router. So tutakuja hapa kwa network devices again, and then tunaweka a router in between them, and then tutakuja kwa connection, and then let me just connect this to the first, and then the same thing to the switch. Okay, and now we have created another network. Now we have linked two networks together, just like that. Now we can also go to the router and then tutafanya configuration using the command line interface, but this one is a bit advanced and this is a lesson for another day. Today we just want to make simple things as simple as possible. In a later video I am going to show you how to configure DHCP server. Na hiyo DHCP server tutakuwa tunaiconfigure hapa kwa router, okay, using the command line. So it's a bit technical, but don't worry, it is still a simple process. So just like that, we have created two networks and we have linked them using a router. So remember, hatukuwa tumeset a DHCP server. So that means hizi computers zimewekwa with static IPs, manual configuration, okay? So kama tungekuwa tumeka a DHCP server ama tumeconnect switch to a router like this, let me just delete this. Sorry, let me just delete this router. And then tukikuja hapa, we can go to network devices and then tuweke router moja hapa. And then tukuja kwa connection and then let's connect the router to the switch like that. Okay. So now this is a whole network in itself. Hii network inaweza access the internet kama tuko na router pale na iko na public IP. Hii router pia the same thing with this network. So tutakuja tu tumpatie pia a router, tuweke router pale and then tukuja to configure to connect the router to the switch. Okay? And then now if we want to, we can connect this router to this router here. Okay? So this was a simple demonstration of Cisco Packet Tracer. I think wewe mwenyewe umejionea just how powerful this program is na vile itakuwa inakusaidia when conducting your networking practicals ama physicals. So thank you for joining this lesson today. This is part of our cybersecurity course. I will see you guys in the next video.